Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
That Jackie, that is joy, right? That's happiness. You're not having a heart attack, are you? Are you okay? No, should I call somebody? Are you okay? Shit, hold on. I'm gonna call. I'll get him over there.
What? No, I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody.
I knew this day was gonna come.
No,
they're 911 people. They'll be wearing masks, probably. No. I mean, it's Tennessee. I don't know if they're allowed to.
But I don't want nobody here. I don't need nobody here. I don't even need to be talking to you right now. I could just sit in this basement, I don't know, for the next 3 or 4 days and laugh my damn head off. That'd be fine. I'd be just fine with that.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
we did it.
Yeah.
You and me did it, Jackie.
Yeah.
I tell you white men did it.
No, it wasn't 2 white men. It was.
Well, we helped.
With a little bit, but I mean, the first part, you got to think all black people pretty much in South Carolina gave it to Biden that way, right? Now, they started there, right?
They chose, yes, black people chose Biden to be the nominee. Of course, working within a white supremacist nation, can we ever say they were free to choose who they wanted to, or in the back of their mind are they always thinking, okay, I guess white people like Biden, let's go with him. But I don't want to take any agency away from the, let's just say as part of reparations, next election, only black people vote.
I'd be okay with that at this point. Why not? Yeah, it certainly can't be any worse than damn Trump. Hell.
I hope that clip gets played on Fox News.
What is that? What clip?
Just saying, only black people vote. So, okay, yes. So it started there. Yes, South Carolina, they picked Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden, as he's been called. Who named him that?
I don't remember who started calling
Jimmy
him Sleepy.
Fallon?
He probably had to throw out stuttering, beforehand. Like, you can't do that. You can't call him that. Just don't call him stutter because he has a stutter. Tell you what to do. Just call him, what's the word I'm looking for? What do you call him? Just decrepit old. Your brain goes. What is the word I'm looking for? I'm getting up there in age and I can't remember that word. What is it? When you get just
Jackie-esque?
No, I didn't mean. You know what I mean. Anyhow, they said, well, he got a stutter and say this about him, and there it goes. Now, get back to black people. We need to thank. This is special from our particular hearts, mine anyway. I can't speak for Dunlap over here, but the South, we've taken back a piece of it. Thank God Almighty, come close on some other parts of it. But I want to thank Georgia and Miss Stacey Abrams and all the black women. They said was a backbone to getting that vote out and getting people there. So thank you kindly for making me feel good about the South again. It's been a while.
Jackie ain't been this excited about Atlanta since Stick come out.
What was it?
Was it Stick? What's the Burt Reynolds movie in Atlanta? Is that Stick?
No, that one's Florida. Sharky Machine is Atlanta.
He moved to Florida and started making all his movies in Florida, just like Trump's going to do.
Oh, hell. I don't let him go there. I don't give a damn. As long as he's somewhere, I don't care what he's doing. Let him do whatever.
Can I just say, worst case scenario, Trump is in the next Expendables. I guess worst case scenario is some sort of complete failing of the country and some sort of civil war post coup. Second worst case scenario is Trump is in the next Expendables movie.
Well, Expendables. Who's he going to do in that one?
He just be himself. But in the Expendables universe, he's president.
He used to do acting, didn't he? Didn't he do that at one time or another?
He acted about as good as he was president. He just kind of come out and played a version of himself. But in movies, it was usually a better version of himself. Strangely, as president, it was a worse version of himself.
From what I remember now, movies, which I don't really see anything before, I understand a lot less racist as well.
He probably wouldn't have been in a movie. I want to be, can you make me in this movie be the least racist as possible? And said, well, what if you talk to Macaulay Culkin? He said, yeah, that's about the least racist I can be. Talk to a little white boy, the whitest little boy. Yep, I can do that. Nowadays, he might be in a movie and say, you know how I won? Being the most racist. You want me in your movie, I'm going to have to be as racist as possible. I want to be Lethal Weapon 2 South African racist if you want me in your movie, okay?
Well, is he doing Expendables or Lethal Weapon 2? You confused me. I can't remember which one's which.
Probably just Expendables, but Mel Gibson is in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Has he been in one of those yet?
Folks, he was in the last one. What do you mean? Of course, yeah.
I can't tell. All them Mel Gibson movies look like Expendables now.
He was the bad guy in the last Expendables. That was the best one too, not because of him, because it wasn't rated R. They didn't say all the language. It was a PG-13. That's the reason I like that.
What'd you call it? PG-13?
It's PG or PG-13.
You mean PG-13 is what they call it.
Whatever, how you supposed to say it? You know what I mean? You get a few bad words in, but the whole thing ain't full of it.
Folks, welcome to the Red State Update podcast. My name is Dunlap. This is my little friend, Jackie Broles. This is the Donald Trump has lost the election party.
Yeah.
We've been having.
There's a lot of them, I think, happening around the country. There's on TV, which is fine. Just wear a mask. You know, we ain't sitting here together. He's sitting way over wherever he's at now, and I'm sitting down here in the bunker. And you don't have to wear a mask on the computer, at least not yet, till they find out that, something wrong with that. But, yeah, people everywhere out in the streets are dancing and singing. And, yeah, as you should. Now, I'm sure there's some unhappy Trump people, but I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully not surrounding, a polling place with guns. I hope that's not what they're doing right now. Or any place for that matter. I don't care where it is.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, Trump people do not surround anything, please.
Stay home and be upset. I understand. We're supposed to reach out. Now, you and I are supposed to be good, better men like President-elect Biden, because he keeps saying we got to all be together, got to come together, got to take hands. We all got to, put this behind us and let's move. So I guess we're supposed to at least make an effort, right?
Yeah, you're right, Jackie. I have to say that it is sort of on us, even though it's so easy to want to say, fuck you, fuck you hard, fuck every single last one of you, fuck you. 50% of the country, sure, okay, you know what? That means we don't have a mandate. I think we do have a mandate. The mandate is for you to kiss my ass and suck my dick. Fuck you. Fuck you up your mouth.
That's it. That's all you get. I understand. It's a special day. Look, I'm going to let you get 4 more bad words, and that's it. Please, okay? Listen, I'm going to sit here and not say nothing. You say 4 more bad words, and then the rest of it, please. Let's just celebrate.
Really?
Yes, 4 more. That's it. Get
them. I can say any 4.
That's 4 of them. And I'm going to sit here and I'll deal with it. And if you can promise me after that, we can just have a regular conversation and celebrate, joy, sing a hymn, whatever the hell you want to do. But get them out of the way. Do it. What?
I mean, I don't.
Well, you can't come up with all you want to do is say bad word after bad word after language Say, here you go. Here's your opportunity. Say 4 damn bad words. Get it out of your system. Of course,
yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Okay, yeah, I can do it. 4. I'm just a little on the spot here. I guess it just feels weird to have to come up. Okay, well, I guess I'd start with 4. Just 4. That's a weird number too. Because you say, what's your top 5? Because anyway, I'm rambling. You just want me to say?
Just say a bad word to get it over with.
I don't even know which one to go with because if you pick up, no, hold on, I got this. Hold on,
no,
dude, fuck.
Hey, all right, 1.
Shit, hold on.
2.
No, those don't count.
No, that do 2. They're both bad words. You get 2 more. Do it now, quick, get it over with.
Stupid motherfucker! If you give me 4, that don't count either.
Yeah, it does.
You dickhead.
All right, that's it. 4. You done now. You got it out of system. No more language list 2. Now we can just sit here and enjoy ourselves. What?
Shit ass. That's the one I should go with.
Just look. I reach out with my heart. I'm trying to do what Biden's doing with all Trump supporters. Reach out. Right, yeah. Give us compromise. Here you go. You got 4 words. Leave it at that. If one person step over, then everything, he's starting all over again. We're trying to reach out to Trump people, and I know we got some Trump people that listen to us on here, and I'm sorry, but we are going to enjoy ourselves, and we are going to probably say terrible things about our, terrible, currently still sitting president. As terrible as we say, whatever words, even bad words, it ain't nearly as bad as it really is. So
that's true. I mean, I only have a human brain, and as smart as I am, my human brain is not capable of coming up with the descriptions that come close.
No,
conveying how. I mean, they should have sent a poet, because there's no way that I'm going to sit here and be able to tell you how bad Trump is, or a poet for that matter. I mean, they shouldn't send a poet because that's just stupid. That's like a waste of a poet.
I don't. Yeah, well,
Trump.
I don't want to. Yeah. No words.
And I don't know about reaching out. If we reach out to Trump supporters, which on the other hand, they're on the one hand, fuck you. And on the other hand, it is our backyard, right? Like, it's our people.
It is.
The Trump people, I feel like, are our people. It's our responsibility. Well, it ain't for Stacey Abrams to clean up these terrible Trump people. It's for us to figure out how to come up with. And I don't know, what do we do? Say, well, okay, 3 of the conspiracy theories you believe about the election being stolen from Trump are bad, but we'll believe 1 for you if that helps you. If that helps us compromise. Which one is it?
That will help them. What are you talking about? Sure, there's 3 of them. It don't make it. You're all over the place. If you're going to come up with a conspiracy, pick 1 and run with it and get everybody on board with that one. Otherwise, you can't, get your people together on one thing. Everybody going to be, well, no, it's because of this. No, it's because of that. Or whatever. Giuliani's going to talk, and ain't nobody going to know anything about what the hell it is. Pick one.
If you run a conspiracy site, if you come up with a conspiracy theory, you do not want Rudy Giuliani as a spokesman for you. No. Because he's just going to pollute the waters.
And evidently, I hear tell, neither does the current president. From what this is a real story too. This ain't something I'm making up to be funny on here, but it's just funny on its own. So forgive me if I laugh a little bit. Word is that President Trump is not particularly happy with his legal team. his legal team. That's Giuliani and Pam Bondi. He been sending them out on TV, telling them it's a fraud. Which right now they're doing it good because they're just saying fraud, or they weren't allowed to go in there, or they could only be 6 feet from it, or 75 feet, or 2 feet, or they weren't allowed in the room, or they were too close to the ballots, they couldn't see what it was because they had it shoved up in the face, whatever the hell it is. Them going on Fox and on, or whatever you call it, for whatever reasons, President Trump is not happy with their performance. It don't matter how good a legal, however smart you are in legalese and what you do, he ain't looking for a good Nashville lawyer. No, sir, he wants a lawyer to go on TV. And it's what you do on there, whether you're doing a good job or not. Why he has Giuliani and Pam Bondi, God will ever know. Well, I do know why. That's right, because he's a damn idiot. Going to fire his legal team. Who the hell is going to hire new people? Who the hell's going to go? Anybody, any decent legal firm going to represent him, especially in something that's made up? Okay, now go find some fraud.
He's already got the worst legal team possible. I don't see how you can get any worse.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know how he can. Like people in lawyer school. Is there a lawyer school at in preacher school? Like one of them preacher schools where you go?
Preacher lawyer?
Yeah, is there like where Jerry Falwell Jr. was running, like those preacher schools. Is there law schools there?
I think so. You should have something to, back up a preacher stuff. If the preachering don't go well, you should always have a backup, and it might as well be lawyering. Liberty University, yeah, it's preacher, preacher, lawyer, veterinarian, something like it.
What are we going to talk about on this podcast now, Jackie?
I know I'm kind of wore out from. I didn't hardly sleep for 3 damn days.
Not this one. I mean, any other one in the future?
Huh?
Should we just wrap it up? I mean, we did. He's gone. I guess it's it.
That's true. We always said from the very first one, whenever Hillary Clinton, if she ever runs, you become president, that we were going to stop and quit this thing. That's true. From the very first one of these. That's years and years ago. I remember. Never thought to put Joe Biden in there. I could at least do this for another year, just laughing and making fun of Trump, because this is going to get funnier. It's going to get funnier as it goes, because he's going to get in all sorts of trouble. It'll be funny until he shoots the bombs off. He can still do that, can he?
So why is anybody still working for him in the White House unless you really believe in Trump? What does he – I guess it is hard to just quit on the spot. Where are you going to work? Olive Garden? Like, they're not hiring servers.
Do you really think –
the job market ain't great.
You really think Mark Meadows has got coronavirus, or is he doing, playing hooky? Sick. I'm sick. I got the coronavirus. It don't matter. I've already had it. You ain't going to give it to me. Well, yeah, but maybe the hell with them. Sit right here and kiss my rear end. Kiss my rear end, Mark Meadows. They said in the White House, all the chaos, people running around. And again, this is real stuff. I ain't making up. The same people running around. You're trying to appease him. They said the one person that's backing him up outside of Giuliani. Giuliani he likes. I understand why he wants to keep Giuliani on TV so he won't be in the room with him. I understand that. Now send him over to CNN. Send him to Fox. Send him over to OWN. Don't let him come back here. But Mark Meadows has to stand there beside the president, and his main job is to pucker up and kiss that rear end of his. Oh, yes, sir, we're going to do that. And we're going to tell them they can't count any other votes. Yes, sir, that's exactly right. And, of course, other people said, Mark, you're just going to make him worse. Just going to make it worse telling him he's going to be able to do that. And, of course, I'm sure Mark Meadows said, well, hell, what am I supposed to do? I know. I got coronavirus. But
I would have called out with coronavirus weeks ago, honestly. If I was him, I would have said, no, I got it too. Back when they first all got it, I would have said, yeah, I got it too. I don't know if I'm coming back. The doctors won't let me come back.
We don't even know if Bill Barr's got it, and he's had the common sense to be hiding the past how long? 2, 3 weeks he's been gone. We don't know where he's at. Tearing up documents or something like that, or ICU, either one. We said this last time. They could be doing both. What I know.
Bill Barr looks like he was killed by a serial killer 3 years ago that's been wearing his skin. Like, when all this is done, where'd Bill Barr go? Like, oh, well, the serial killer had to go back to his day job in the call center. Like, that would not surprise me.
A lot of Trump supporters upset with old Bill Barr. Like, of course, we're going, where is he? Sick? What's he doing? What laws he breaking, and is he sick? And they're like, no, he needs to get, I don't care if he's sick. I don't care where he is. He needs to get out there and start breaking the law. Meaning helping the damn president. They're bandit. Bill, where's Bill Barr? Why isn't he sending people into these polling places and arresting every single volunteer counting votes in there? Where is Bill Barr?
Why isn't he doing that? I mean,
just be thankful he ain't.
I'm glad he ain't, but where is he? We don't know. He's having to Trump's having to tell Newt Gingrich. Does he think Newt Gingrich is Bill Barr? Because I get him confused sometimes.
Hey, the glasses is probably Bill Barr. Eyes are fine. He has to wear them, so Trump tell them apart.
One of them lives in the Pope's house.
That's Newt Gingrich. He's
That's
the one.
Newt Gingrich.
Him sitting there with the Pope, all set back, just like he literally said that when I said that Trump is wanted. That's probably where they got the idea. He said he needs to send federal agents in and start arresting these people who, trust me, they don't want to be there. They thought, yes, I'm doing my civic duty. I'm helping my nation. I'm going to get in there. Trust me. They too, no. They like, I will never do this again. I will never. I got to sit here and count. I'm in this room with all these people sweating. They're all wearing masks. It's nasty. Oh, there's people outside with big guns. Okay, great.
I don't like jobs involve math anyway, let alone people trying to kidnap you.
That's true. Yeah.
What if you just volunteer? Yeah, I'll count some ballots, and 3 days later, you're on show trial on Pander. What's it called? What's it not called Pander? I guess it might as well be called Pander. What's the Twitter for the far right?
Normally I shouldn't know this, but I think it's Parler, what you trying to think of.
Jackie, y'all follow Jackie on Parler. Jackie just opened up a Parler account. So you
ain't getting on there. No, I ain't even on the ones that the ones that do block a president, whatever. Twitter right put up things that I don't think anybody's seen anything he's tweeted because they keep putting warnings. All of his tweets are PG-13. They put a rating on every one of them. If there's a rating for, excuse my language, I'm going to say one bad word. If there's a rating for bullshit, that's the rating you put on there.
Yes, shit.
All right, you had 4, I got 1. All right, you still outnumbered.
It's a good podcast. Why wouldn't okay, folks, we were going to do a podcast. Now we do it. We're like, well, let's just wait for them to call it for Joe Biden. Well, 3 weeks later, what in the hell? Like, why did they not call this like days ago? At least a couple days ago. At least yesterday.
Because of Al Gore.
What Al Gore say?
Years ago. You don't remember what happened in Florida?
Did he pay him not to?
No, it was the other way around. He thought he lost because CNN said he did. No other reason. It seemed like he should have had somebody that, really know, but he said, well, they're all saying I lost, so I'll concede. And then turn on the TV 4 hours later, 5 hours later, whatever. Now, we got to take that back. Al Gore goes, hell, I got to call George W. again? So they didn't want to confuse either the president, which who gives a damn, he confused anyway, or Joe Biden, I guess. They said, we're going to wait till the very last. All right, we're going to wait. And it all went the wrong way. You know who set it up this way, the way that it had to be drawn out for 4 damn days? Donald Trump. He told every one of his supporters, don't trust the mail because don't trust it because I'm, destroying the United States Post Office. So I mean it when I say don't trust the mail, walk your ballot in there, do it. And thank God enough federal judges came down there and told the post office, you better do this or else, or do that. And then so all Trump people come out, all numbers went up. We all were suicidal for a few hours. And then sure enough, here come them things in the mail. And so you knew, even from the Republican counties, if it was coming in through the mail, it was still going to be Democrat. You got the president, you get yourself to thank for that. You did that. He really did a lot of things to lose this election, now that I think about it. You and I could start listing the reasons that he lost this election, and this and here would probably be about 5-6 hours long, if not longer.
We can also list all the reasons to be depressed. Half the country still voted for him, even though he's doing his best to kill him. Start there.
Don't mind racism. Not that big a deal. It's all Fox News. All of this stuff. We were talking about this earlier. Every bit of it is Fox News. You don't know if it's real. You don't hear about any of this stuff. And another thing, how can you be a real journalist now that we're talking about Fox News? How the hell can you be a real journalist and do the news? And I know, Chris Wallace, I know they give you a big payday, but after that last debate you run, I don't know if you're as good as everybody thought you was. But think about it. I'm on Fox News. I read the news, what happens that day, and then the show that comes on right after me tells you everything I just said is a bunch of bull hockey. Why are you even there? Trump supporters don't know half of what's going on in the world because that's all they look at. They were told everything else is bad. Hell, half of them don't even look at Fox no more. Fox is just as bad as everybody else. In Trump eyes, they're a lot worse than everybody else, really. But as far as the Trump fan is, they don't. Fox gets good a couple hours a night. Tucker Carlson handy. Tucker Carlson, by the way, if Trump don't run in 2024, look out, it'll be Tucker Carlson 2024. Y'all wait and see. Who can we find it? It's like it, because we need to be thankful, and this is awful. This is trying to look at the light in the darkest before dawn, or pitch black, or however story is. Can you imagine if I had somebody, an authoritarian, that had the slightest bit of common sense, could actually put sentences together, that didn't think that drinking bleach would kill the virus? As awful as it was, and good Lord knows it was awful. You don't get no worse than putting children in cages. I know. Trust me. I ain't trying to make light of nothing. But good God, if he weren't the dumbest son of a you-know-what, it would have been worse. Now, I ain't saying Tucker Carlson's that much smarter than him, but, he can talk,
It's hard to say what people want, because I know we've said that before, but on the other hand, if Trump wasn't so fucking dumb, they might not have liked him. If Trump wasn't so fucking racist, they might not have liked him. If Trump didn't come out and tell them to drink bleach, if they had a president that never told them to drink bleach, Biden might have won North Carolina.
Yeah.
I guess he still could win North Carolina, but let's be real. It's hard to say. None of it makes that good of sense. I mean, you got to start with the racism. You got to work in the dumbassness. If he was super competent at getting shit done, people wouldn't like him.
You got a point there, yeah.
I don't understand it, but it's true. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Folks, people,
yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Not a bit. None of it does.
I mean, one good thing he did that could get, people, it's hard in my brain to make it work that people would like. People in the country, white people in the country. We're talking about Trump voters now. These white people in the country, although he built on across the board, right? Like Trump built on his.
There was a lot of people in the Latino and black communities. I don't know about a lot compared to the other way around, but statistically so, they came out and supported the president. Yeah.
I mean, once you get in there, and I guess this is what the president is now. I guess more people are going to vote for you. We thought, how are they going to keep voting for this man who's trying to kill him? But they did. Different people did. Lots of different people did. It's hard to figure out what people want from. Maybe they just want Trump. Maybe there's not room for Tucker Carlson. Maybe there is room for Tucker Carlson, although I cannot make my brain process the fact that somebody would want some country-ass white Trump voter would say, I like Tucker Carlson. I like him. There's something about him I like. but they're watching him on TV. And I never would have thought, Lord knows, we talked about it for 4 years, 5 years on here, Jackie. Why do Southern people like Trump? He's the opposite of everything. Everything. People said, oh, that Jesus put him in here for me. I ain't marrying him. He ain't my preacher. He's here to protect us from Antifa and Starbucks Christmas cups. He's here, but he can't even do, all he does is, we said this before too, but I just can't imagine in the next couple of days people are not going to start to get relieved. They never would admit it. They wouldn't say it on TV. They wouldn't say it to a pollster, but I can't believe that Trump people are not going to say, you know what, this feels better. Because I don't know that he's doing that great a job as president, but he is doing a great job at shitty victimhood. And I can sit on the couch and watch him and say, oh, look what they did to him. Look what they've done to us. And we don't have to worry about him accidentally hitting a button that sends a nuke to Portugal. And I'm pretty sure Portugal has been worried this whole time. I mean, because every country has been. I don't think Portugal. I think they're lucky actually that Trump didn't want. Who's Portugal? What are they? And just start like some accidental feud with Portugal. Somebody asked him in a press conference, President Trump, what do you think of Portugal? He's like, I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. And then the next thing you know, here come the warships.
People won't be able to figure out what the hell this part was. People be wondering why long after you and me's dead. It don't make a bit of sense.
I will say that when they do something stupid that we should celebrate it. And yes, right now, there is still a chance that he could do something that ends up in horrible violence. He is, Chris Wallace said he's been throwing gasoline on the flame on the gasoline, whichever way you want to spin it. But this is also going to sound made up. But apparently today, Trump tweeted out, we're having a lawyer press conference at the Four Seasons in Philadelphia. Well, not long after that, the Four Seasons Hotel tweeted out, just to let y'all know, this is not happening here at the Four Seasons, as the president just tweeted, because he did delete the first tweet and then tweet. It's actually going to be at Four Seasons Landscaping in Philadelphia. Four Seasons Total Landscaping in Pennsylvania. This really happened. And then, so the press has to go. We're pushing the time back to give y'all time to get from the Four Seasons Hotel. Get me a Starbucks, because there's not much in this neighborhood. There's a dildo store next door. And then the cremation. You can get cremated if any of y'all happen to die, like Rudy Giuliani. He was actually, just a little known fact, 2006, he was partially cremated, and he's still doing fine. The bottom half is all wax. So he had Giuliani show up, and the press shows up this morning, and also at the same time that they're doing the lawyer press conference, which is just Giuliani jabbering. Really, half the reporters probably could have just texted him and just got the same nonsense. He's probably butt dialing them on the way over there. The network started calling it for Biden, so all the press starts leaving anyway. So the press is still there watching. They got like a little speaker set up. Just look this up on Twitter, on the news. They got like a speaker set up. They got a garage door loaded up with Trump signs, and you got Giuliani and talking about all the fraud. And I think they also showed up with some of the people, some of the observers, but they didn't really say any fraud. They just said, yeah, I was supposed to be, they said 6 feet, but then they said I'm pretty sure I was at like 6.5. I couldn't see anything. So that happened. So they were so we don't know exactly, there's a couple ways this could have gone. Some idiot who works for them, maybe Giuliani himself, maybe some intern, maybe some vengeful person's like, this motherfucker has done this to me for the last time.
Hey,
called the Four Seasons and called the wrong Four Seasons. Called the Four Seasons Total Landscaping Company. Or Trump possibly announced they were going to the Four Seasons hotel for this press conference, and the Four Seasons would not let them come. And instead, they had to find something else with the name Four Seasons, and they found Four Seasons Total Landscaping. And somebody there was like, sure, come over. Although they're not in it, they're just kind of outside. I guess anybody could just go outside in the alley.
Which member of the cabinet do you think shopped at the sex place that knew? Oh, I know where we can do this. I got this
Giuliani.
I can solve all our problems. Hang on, hold up. I got this.
When does Melania divorce Trump?
Look for that come January, right?
And let me also say, this is disturbing. This is not how I want to spend our celebratory podcast where Trump is gone. But I feel like we haven't talked about this enough. Trump fucks, right? Like Trump is fucking somebody.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about that. I don't like none of it. But if he is, it ain't her. We know that. Good Lord.
It's not that I want to talk about this. I don't think we've talked enough about, obviously it's not her. So who is he fucking?
Hey.
And he is a 74-year-old man, but that doesn't mean I don't think sexual desire and Trump fucking have anything to do with each other. I think Trump fucking is all about some sort of abuse and power, and it's got nothing to do with, look at what we've heard about. It's not, a romantic evening out on it's criminal. So what's he doing? Somebody is going to come out, has been arranging Ukrainian prostitutes to slip in through the back door at the damn White House, and we have no idea what's been going on, but it's been happening. It has to have happened. Look at him and Rudy Giuliani. Those two old pervy schivos do not stop making women do whatever it is they want women to do that gets them off, or at least shuts their brain down for a second. I know we've started thinking of Trump as just this weird guy who only watches Fox. And he only thinks about himself, and he only orders fast food buffets for athletes. But there's this whole weird, terrible, sexual, awful side to Trump, and we're going to find out about it, Jackie. And you're going to have to watch it on TV. And I'm sorry, I feel sorry for you.
No, why you ruin my celebration day talking about him doing sex stuff? I don't want to ever think about that. It was bad enough about the going to the bathroom tapes, all that stuff. We know too much already. I don't want to know.
Do you think some of them fake Melanias are there for him to?
I don't know.
Listen, also, as long as we're depressed, what a ride. Let's talk about Lindsey Graham. Doug Jones. That was never really. But Lindsey Graham.
Bless his heart, he tried, but we knew that wasn't, we're happy. Hey, look, we're glad that we don't have. Thank you for rowing. We appreciate it, Doug. Well, I will never forget you. Thanks a lot. But yeah, that we knew that was gone.
But Lindsey Graham, man, I tell you what, he did say that he thinks Biden deserves a cabinet, so that's mighty big of him.
Oh, did he go out of his way to say that? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I couldn't. We knew we weren't going to get Mitch. I like Miss McGrath. She seemed like it. She would, but anybody would have been better. But we know Kentucky that wasn't going to happen. But it looked like Mr. Harrison, Jamie Harrison, had a chance there for a minute. That's what it sure did look like. But I guess not. Collins, what the hell is going on in Maine? That definitely shouldn't have happened.
Ernst.
Oh, wow.
Collins. Graham, these are some of the worst. These are some of the, and then you're watching the numbers go up, and you're like, well, shit, is he just going to win? Is he just going to win? Is he just going to win? And then slowly it starts, and we should have known. We knew what he'd been planning. We knew what he put into effect. We knew that Republicans didn't vote by mail. We knew that they wouldn't let them start counting the votes by mail. We knew it. You just said it, Jackie. And we knew it, and yet somehow it's just shit. I guess this is who we are. And it is still who we are. I mean, all those people still did vote for Trump. Like
there's 48% of this country that, we're all on board.
More people voted for Trump this time than voted for him last time.
Yeah.
And we have to think, okay, well, coronavirus, would he have won even bigger? I think we talked about that last time. Now I'm like, I don't even know. Like, would it have mattered? Like, if you like him, it doesn't matter. Like, if you like him, then you like what he's doing about coronavirus. If coronavirus hadn't existed, I don't know if it would have made a difference one way or another. It just somehow turned into another thing about Trump that you either like or you don't like. It's got nothing to do with reality and how many people actually died and how dangerous it is. It's just another part of the crazy magical realism tapestry of life under Trump. You either believe that he's good or you believe that he's bad. Or you ignore enough of the bad stuff to, well, I guess that's still believing. That's religion. It's like a religion. We live through this crazy Trump cult religion, and I don't know that the disease would have made a difference. If the disease had not existed, I don't know that he would have lost or gained many more votes.
It's definitely like you say, it's a cult, and maybe that would have won, but as soon as it became a death cult, thank God enough people said, I don't know, but maybe we should do something about the coronavirus. I mean, there were definitely people who voted for him who didn't this time around. But there were a whole lot of people who didn't vote at all, one way or another, that come out and vote for him. So, never make any sense.
The polls are off.
Why?
You can't believe polls anymore?
No, I don't know why we ever did. Well, they used to make sense till something like Trump come along, so everything don't make sense no more. You can't go from here to there once you throw this big hunk of gross, rotten meat sack doo-doo in the middle of it. It changes everything. It stains the whole graph. It stains, everybody feels different about everything. It's all screwed up.
Dodo runs the polls. Nate Silver came. Nate Silver would be like, well, I don't know. You put all this doo-doo on the poll. It's like, I'm looking at it, and you go back to the math, and the guy goes, I don't know, guy. I guess that's how it's going to go. And then the guy goes, what's this doo-doo?
That's about what polls are worth. About the same as doo-doo, I'd say, nowadays. I don't know if people, I know that's like how that man makes his living, Mr. Silver. But, I mean, if you work in polls, y'all need to be like the rest of them in the White House. You need to be on your phones looking for work. Get out now.
When I started feeling depressed, so there was a wave, I think, since our last podcast, when we saw that some of the polls were tightening. Like, there's no way. All these people are dead. The Ann Seltzer poll come out. That poll, I think, turned out to be pretty true. All the rappers. 3 middle-aged rappers endorsed Trump. But it was depressing. It started to get depressing.
But when you said all the rappers, what you were going, there was plenty of Trump supporters out there going, all the rappers like him. All the rappers. Every rapper loves him. He ain't racist. I'm tired of y'all saying that. All the rappers. Get a picture with him.
Both rappers I know, and then that one I didn't know who he was. All of them. So... But it was depressing. And then it started to say, and then Wednesday, Tuesday night, what night was the election? It doesn't matter. I thought, okay, well, shit, that's it then. That's it. It all happened this past week of depression. But even if it's not all the rappers, even if it's not every Southern, it's still it feels like half of the fucking country. I was like, we're going to have to pivot from an anti-Trump podcast to an anti-American podcast.
No, sir, not me. No. There's, still a lot of good Americans here, and I'm gonna get on here. This old white man's gonna get on here and talk to Asian Americans, Black Americans, transgender Americans. There'll always be an old white man on the computer that you can listen to.
What are you threatening them?
Also in the White House, too. If you don't want to get on the computer, you can look. He's on the news. There's an old white man.
On your money, too. Just look on your money.
Oh, look on your money. Anytime you need.
I'm Killer Mike all of a sudden.
No, that is what makes up America, and that's who I'm pulling for.
Hey, can we also? We shouldn't also. Yes, a whole bunch of there's a lot of shittiness in this country.
Yeah,
occurring at the same time that a lot of people are waking up. I guess they go hand in hand to like a lot of shittiness. It always was in this country. I say a lot of people. I say like white people like me waking up to all this shittiness at the same time. It seems like incredibly shitty in currently and historically. It's a lot of shittiness. And all these people are voting for the shittiness. And a lot of shitty people are making it super hard to vote against the shittiness. We shouldn't forget how hard they made it to vote in this election. Yep. When we're talking about, that Georgia may eke it out by like, a few thousand votes. Because he made it so fucking hard. How many fucking people in Florida could have voted? The state voted to let felons vote again, and then they made it harder, almost impossible financially for them to vote because they had to pay money. They had to pay fines to get their right to vote back. That don't seem right. And Bloomberg was trying to pay off a bunch of them fines, and they were mad at him. All them long lines you saw at voting places, hard as hell. It's always hard. It is always hard. Talk to people in black communities. Always hard to vote. That's always, if they're going to make it hard on anybody to vote, it's black people. And black people are still out there voting in numbers large enough to take some of the shittiness away. Jesus Christ. Can you believe that?
God bless them. God bless them. I mean, it makes me, I get mad thinking about the ways they're going to make all of us, mostly black people, jump through it. They don't want you to vote. They're going to make it hard as hell for you to vote. And I'm curious to see what Georgia's going to be like when this runoff coming here in January. Got to have them 2 seats in the Senate. And then you got Vice President Harris, the tiebreaker. Joe Biden can do whatever the hell he wants to do. Now, there's probably some things that Joe Biden wants to do that I ain't going to like. But I will like seeing Mitch McConnell's face whenever he does it. So I hope, with the wind on our backs and look, there are people I know live in Georgia that wrote me and said it's the first time in my life I ever thought I vote counted. I vote all the time. It's red all the time. Tennessee is pretty rough here too. But the first time I've done it, you just got to keep doing it till it works for you, I guess.
They make you.
They shouldn't have to stand out in a damn hot sun all damn day on the side of the road.
Look how hard.
In the middle of a pandemic.
In the middle of a pandemic, they made it harder to vote. They wanted you. He begged you to go in person to vote. He tried to sow misinformation and doubt about the mail-in ballots. They fucking tried to shut down the fucking post office. They took the voting right. How long ago was it they shut down the Voting Rights Act? Like, oh no, I think that was Roberts, the one that everybody's counting on to be halfway decent. I think people ain't racist anymore, right?
Yeah, we're all better. No systemic racism, nothing like that. No, we're good.
They showed up in them trucks with the Trump flags and the Trumps. Facebook disinformation. Everybody you're kin to is just a complete dumbass. They shut down polling stations. They tried to make you then everybody's like, well, shit, look, it's about half and half. This country is about half and half. If they made it easy to vote, I wonder what this country would really look like. Well, look at the popular vote. It look a lot more like that.
Yeah. A democracy where you don't want people voting. What does that mean, people? Why would anybody vote somebody like that in office? And they're running, too damn many of them are still sitting where they're sitting and ought not to be. Trump ain't all of this. He gets a lot of help doing this. This ain't just him. It might have been his idea on the post office. I'll give him that. I don't know if anybody else, I got an idea. Why don't you destroy the post office so they can't get, okay.
Rich people don't use the post office.
That's true. That's true.
That you go to, they make people that work for him go to the post office for him. So he doesn't know. He doesn't know what the post office really is.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He gets his mail from his doorman. This tweet from Trump. I hope I never have to say those words again. This tweet from Trump said, our lawyers have asked for meaningful access. Forget that part. The damage has already been done to the integrity of our system and the presidential election itself. This is what should be discussed. That is what should be discussed, but we're just talking about the Trump administration. He's just getting whoever wrote that tweet for him, because that one doesn't sound like him. Just getting those words from things we said about him, like him being in office has damaged the integrity of the system and the presidential election itself. I remember when we were happy at the beginning of this. It's hard to be happy about Trump losing because you're still thinking about Trump. You got to get the Trump out of your head if you want to be real happy.
I'm just glad we're getting him out of the White House come January. And every time I think a bad thought, I'm gonna go back and remember that one.
What would Biden's socialism actually be?
Hell, I don't know. He don't know that. He ain't no damn socialist. He ain't even close to one. As a bunch of people say, when it first looked bad that night, and everybody thought he going to win again. Good Lord! And then that's when a bunch of Bernie Sanders people say, "Well, I told you it's going to happen." They was only that's what you get when you run old Biden. They said that Florida they lost a Cuban vote because they were able to convince people that Biden was a socialist. What do you think people are going to think of Bernie Sanders, let alone Elizabeth Warren? I ain't saying I love Joe Biden, and I'm gonna get behind him and support him every way I can, as long as he's doing the right thing. Let's hope. And pretty much anything he can do is going to be better than what we've had for the past 4 years. But good Lord, there are a lot of Trump people had to turn around and vote for a Democrat this time around. Would the Lincoln Project being just as busy and doing all those advertisements and all that stuff, you reckon they would have done that if Bernie Sanders was a candidate? Maybe, but I don't know.
I mean, you might as the argument on that is for the other side, which I'm curious about, but we're never going to find out, is if you do run Bernie Sanders, like they can't accuse him of being a socialist. I mean, I guess they can. I guess with him, they'd say he's a communist.
Yeah.
Biden's a socialist. And I don't know, Tim Ryan's what's kind of like a socialist, but not as bad or good. I don't know. I don't even know. What difference does it make? Here's the point of this. What difference does it make? They're going to say some bullshit. Those people wanted to vote for Trump anyway.
It's true, yeah, man.
It's hard to find a reason. What would have kept people voting for Trump from voting for Trump? I mean, I just don't know what you're going to come up with that kept them. They're looking for a reason to vote for Trump. So I don't know why. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, we have some ideas. Racism. It's part of it. Big part. Big chunk. Just not, being mean to people, maybe. Liking people that's mean to people. Man, we were so happy at the beginning.
I'm still happy, damn it. Excuse my language. I'm still happy. We got a lot of stuff we got to deal with, but you know what? At least we got someone that will try to deal with it. I ain't saying it's going to be great. I ain't saying he's a genius. But I'm pretty sure he ain't going to sit on his rear end and watch TV all day and get on the computer and say racist things. Well, maybe every now and then a racist thing will slip out of Joe Biden. But the ratio is going to be nowhere near what we've been dealing with.
You're going to get a lot more apologies for racism from Biden.
Yes, at least we get
than you got from Trump.
Women and people of color will get, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Definitely going to get hopefully not a whole lot, but it'll be there if it needs to be.
But you're going to get 100% more apologies.
Yes.
About racism from Biden than you got from Trump. Even if it's only one, we should just count on that one coming. But we're happy, remember? Hell yeah.
I'm going to give you a selfish reason. Of course, I'm concerned about racism and everything, all the other issues that have got this country so divided, which racism shouldn't have us divided. It should be damn racist. When you say we're divided over racist, then half of it's racist. That's the division. That is what it is. I care about that. My heart, my soul hurts all the time about that. But just coming from a selfish old white man, when I thought he was going to win, just worried about my own damn self, the first thing I thought is like, well, I'm going to be living in this basement for another damn 4 years.
When I thought he was going to win, I was like, I got to start thinking about my own safety here. Are they just going to outlaw masks? Is he just going to do an executive order like no masks?
Yeah. Just bad alone. And that affects all of us. I said, as an old white man, that scared me most.
Sure.
I don't have the police on top of that beating the hell out of me or killing me. Also contended with the virus. It's just that I got to deal with the virus. So in that respect, yes. But everybody has to deal with the virus. And it wasn't nothing going to happen. They would have got a vaccine, but he would have rushed that. It would be halfway working. He would have, of course, he promised you that how many months ago that was coming out. Vaccine, I'm going to have it in October.
Where's his health plan? What are you going to come out with that before the election?
2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm going to get rid of Obamacare and replace it with something better. What? It's coming. Hell, the man ain't.
Let me tell you something else. McConnell, smart, terrible, but smart. He was smart for running that through before the election. Real smart.
Yep.
Even though at the time when that was happening, we all thought there wasn't a chance. And then the last few days before the election, it's tightened up a little bit, but we still thought there wasn't a chance until election night when we were sitting there going, God damn, does he have a chance?
Aye.
But yeah, if he had done it, we thought there was a chance he could do lame duck session. No, that wouldn't have worked. I don't think that would have worked because the president's going to be out there like, where's your pitchforks? Get your pitchforks.
Yeah, we got it. If we don't do this now, we ain't going to get done.
Yeah. He was right. He was right.
They got her on there. It's more about that than trying to get her on there to help Trump. Because at this point, I don't know if any. I mean, first off, do you want to hear a case presented to you by Giuliani? That means Giuliani's going to have to be in the courtroom with you. Like, I ain't going to. No. I don't know how many federal judges, fortunately, didn't pay attention to all these lawsuits they're trying to do to not count these votes. And there's going to be plenty of that. Trump is raising money. Okay, Trump people, and I'm sure you want to see him fight, so you want to give him that money. That's fine. But he's raising money for the legal defense to fight this, basically to fight the election, to fight democracy. Here's money. Let's stop this country. I've had enough of this. And the thing he was sending out saying, I need, money to hire lawyers, because I don't know if y'all know this or not, he don't have any money. And in the fine print, it said some of this money is also going to pay for the campaign.
Can he keep his money for 2024? I guess he can do whatever he wants because nobody is stopping him. I mean, we did stop him, actually. As a nation, we did come together and stop him.
We came together. It took a lot of hard work, and we barely did it. But by God.
Half of us come together.
To hell with Putin. To hell with the GOP suppressing the vote. To hell with all the racists. Thank you for getting out there if you did. And voting in numbers like a country ain't ever seen, and we did it. So I love each and every one of you. I'm glad we did it. I appreciate you.
They want to hear pure joy from you, Jackie. Sheer joy. We shouldn't have got down bogged down. We should have just been happy the whole time. No more Trump. A figment of our imagination, a bad dream.
I mean, these next few months, if he doesn't blow up the world, they're going to be funny to watch. All this coming in, his good buddy Boris Johnson congratulating, president-elect. I mean, they're already dumping him. He is already going to find a lot of people ain't going to take it. It ain't the Four Seasons that's just going to say, no, thank you. It's going to be everywhere. And there's those awful, awful children of his. They think, oh, well, we just go back to New York, live our big, high society life. Hell no, you ain't going to be able to show your face nowhere in New York. Somebody going to spit on you, which I don't condone. You shouldn't spit on them, but somebody going to try to spit on them or at least not yell something real loud at them. That I condone. That, yes, yelling. Yes, that's what I do on here. Everybody should have a right, if you see Eric Trump walking down the road, to yell something at him. I ain't going to tell you what to yell. That's up to you. But yes, you should yell. No spitting.
Not during coronavirus, no.
No. But yeah, they can't go to the movie premieres and their fancy, get the backstage.
Well, they ain't movies. They ruined the movies.
They ruined movies. They ain't movies no more. That's right.
And there ain't restaurants either. They can't go out to the fancy restaurants.
Pretty much all stuff they like, they done tore up them own selves. But yeah, you think Jared Kushner can go anywhere in New York? Jared Kushner better be on trial. I'm sorry. If we did that many on Ben guys there, and I ain't saying we shouldn't have or should have, probably maybe not as many. If we're going to have all hearings on 9/11, which of course we should have had, we're going to have a hearing. By God, we're going to have a hearing on this coronavirus when we get it behind us, because we will. At least we have a chance to do it now.
The thing about Jared Kushner is nobody likes him.
Nope.
Even Eric Trump on trial, you'd have some people out there like, a Biden crime family or whatever that dude said. But good shirt, by the way. The only thing, if I had to give one compliment to that guy who yelled at the press conference outside the vote counting, good shirt.
Yeah.
But Jared Kushner, there's nobody, you can, even Stephen Miller, of course, because he's so racist, people are going to, flock to him.
Yeah. But Jared Kushner,
no fan base for Kush.
No. Yeah. White supremacists ain't going to come out for him. They already think he's a little fishy.
Well, I mean, also their racism could play into that. So I'm not condoning racism.
No, I'm just saying they don't like. I'm not saying that's why there's plenty of racists to not like Jared Kushner, and being Jewish ain't got the first thing to do with any of them.
Hey, speaking of Kush, they legalized pot in a lot of states.
Yeah, drugs are free. I guess I know. Maybe if you're gonna celebrate, do it safely. I don't like drugs myself, but there's a lot of people. Went to jail, still in jail for that matter. Man, that's what makes me mad. Stuff we got people locked up, some of them for the rest of the damn life. All like, now we can do it. Well, let him out of jail.
Florida increased the minimum wage to $15. It's a weird mix of people. Some of these people voting to legalize pot voted for Trump. You think, well, the Republicans... But it's just a weird, people just like meanness. There's a mean streak in people, and they're going to gravitate to the meanest person they is running for president. We didn't realize you could be that mean and run for president. They like the stupidity. They like the racism, but overall just a meanness. If I had to define it, I'd say there's a meanness that people are voting for. They like pot. They like to get high, and they like a mean president who's going to be real racist to people.
There's got to be a way for Joe Biden to be real mean and not be racist. You know what I mean? Just real mean. Well, just cuss it all the time or something, man. Because, angry old man. Now, Trump don't look like an angry old man. He look like an angry old monster or thick,
something on
troll or what do you...
Mandalorian, something from the Mandalorian.
Star Wars, Star Wars.
Yeah, like thing. A Star Wars.
He looked like a Star Wars monster wearing a suit. But like an angry old man, Joe Biden could pull that off.
He can't.
Well, you're right.
I don't know. All he can pull off is what he did, and somehow it worked. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? This is a weird... Okay. Yes, Donald Trump, the worst of America, America's failure, somehow failed his way due to meanness and racism and cruelty and, 20, 30 years of right-wing propaganda, Facebook. and Russia failed his way into the White House. And that's crazy. It's crazier that Joe Biden failed his way into the White House next to save us.
Yeah.
Everything in Joe Biden's life added up to being what we needed at this moment. Can you imagine? We've been doing this for a while, Jackie. Can you imagine 15 years ago if we were like, you know who's going to save the world in 15 years? Joe Biden.
No.
No. How did that happen?
Donald Trump's got more likely to be president than Joe Biden saving the damn country. You crazy?
I think we had a video where we said Joe Biden could go be a game show host. Trump already was a game show host at the time. Like he had that on his resume. Joe Biden, by the way, would have been a great game show host.
He'd be good at that, yeah.
Like I can totally see that. Like these new game shows they have on at night in prime time now, like him hosting like a Super Password or something like that. He'd been good at it. I'm glad he didn't do it now. I'm glad he wound up being vice president under Obama and then getting real old and aging into being a harmless old white dude that somehow people wound up liking and trusting. Also, that's thanks to Obama because I do not think he was liked and trusted in 2007.
I don't think so either. I think that him being, Obama's buddy, yeah.
That's insane. Politics is crazy, man. I can't believe. And they run our fucking lives. This is now I sound like one of the people who say, well, why not just vote for the Mandalorian monster?